Hi, friends. Today's gospel presents us with the beautiful miracle of the feeding of the 5,000. Jesus, moved with compassion, does not turn away the crowd even though he is tired and seeking solitude. Instead, he welcomes them, heals the sick, and feeds them. Yes, friends, availability to the people in need is the foundation of all virtues. Blessing of the available resources of the 5 loaves and the 2 fish brought about abundance of food for all. The message of Jesus to the disciples is loud and clear. Find solutions, explore all possibilities, and learn to manage crisis. Jesus gives the due importance to the role of the disciples as Jesus values human initiatives. At the heart of this miracle is the powerful lesson that God's compassion is greater than human limitations. The disciples see scarcity. We have only 5 loaves and 2 fish. But Jesus sees the possibility. When placed in his hands, what is little becomes more than enough. Miracles are the fruits of partnership of human initiatives and divine grace. Jesus manifested the power of the synergy by putting together the resources of the people. The story of this miracle of multiplication of the bread is an anticipation of the Eucharist in which we are fed by the abundant grace of God. The importance of the Eucharist has been the central element of Christian life from the very beginning. Breaking the bread has great meaning and significance. He gave the broken pieces to be distributed among the people. There is a touching story of a small boy in a village who brought his lunch just 2 chapatis and a small portion of curry. One of his classmates in his classroom had forgotten his food that day. Without hesitation, the boy quietly shared his meal. Others followed, and soon everyone had enough to eat. The teacher later said, "What begins as scarcity became abundance because someone was willing to share." That simple act of sharing reflects the heart of today's gospel. Jesus teaches us that miracles often begin with what we are willing to offer, no matter how small. When Jesus broke the bread, many more in the crowd may have taken the bread which they had brought for themselves, and they may have broken it also to be shared among others. This sharing by breaking made all the difference. In our context today, are we willing to break, to be shared with those who do not have? It's all about breaking our comforts to provide the necessities to the needy. Breaking indeed gives abundance of life. God calls each one of us to be instruments of His compassion in a hungry and hurting world. Dear friends, whenever we feel that what we have is not enough, our time, our talents, our resources, let us remember this gospel. May we learn to trust in the providence of God and to share generously so that through us others may experience the abundance of God's love. Thank you for listening to God's Word. This is Father Jimmy Matthew, Parish Priest, St. Joseph's Church, Chengalam. Remember, a world at prayer is a world at peace. See you again next week. Bye for now, and God bless.